Coming up on today's video, we're going to talk about one of our favorite discussion topics of the season and of all time on this channel, firing Dennis Allen. And also, players not just named Jameis Winston spoke out and voiced their opinions on the late touchdown to Jamaal Williams against the Dirty Birds yesterday. So we're going to talk about all this and then some, and let's go ahead and dive on in. Should the New Orleans Saints fire Dennis Allen after he went and spoke with media? He talked about the late game antics, if you will, that happened against the Falcons, and he handled it in not the best fashion, if you ask me. Threw a lot of players under the bus. We're going to dive into everything Dennis Allen said. We're going to dive into everything Jameis Winston, what Jamaal Williams, and what other players took to Twitter and said. So I encourage you to stick around for this whole video because it is loaded with information that you want to know. But before we get into that, get loud for me, Saints fans. What would you do with Dennis Allen this year? Would you fire him? Would you keep him? A lot of reports right now are saying that right now it's believed that Dennis Allen's job is safe. DA even came out in his post-game or in his press conference today and said, I expect my job is safe, but changes need to be made. I agree. Changes need to be made. So let me know if you agree. Just type F for fire or K for keep. And as always, we want to show some love to our awesome supporting sponsors and the people that make this show possible. It's not just you, Who Dat Nation, but it's also the Game Time app. And I made so many memories in 2023 thanks to the Game Time app. But in 2024, it's your turn to make some memories. It's my go-to ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, and anything that's live. This year, I'm looking to go see the Red Clay Strays, Zach Bryan, and hell, I want to travel to New Orleans for Jazz Festival. And you can get tickets to Jazz Fest on the Game Time app. And it's crazy, too, because not only is it an amazing app, you can get $20 off with our code SAINTSCHAT. You see it down below, SAINTSCHAT, $20 off, and you can go to any sort of live event, concert, show. The Saints season is over, unfortunately. However, the Pelicans are in full swing. So if you want to go see a Pels game, if you want to go catch an LSU baseball game, an LSU basketball game, or any event in New Orleans that is live, do it with the Game Time app. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SAINTSCHAT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SAINTSCHAT for $20 off. All that information in the comment section description of this video. Because I love you, because you're my best friends, download the Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All right, so let's talk about this because this play right here, this could have been something that Dennis Allen could have just been like, you know what? I was handed something on a silver platter. I'm going to keep my mouth shut and just keep it moving and take all the credit and take all the glory and celebration from Saints fans because it's been a lot of doom and gloom from them. However, Dennis Allen did the exact opposite of that. He did the worst thing he could have done, and he could have won over the players. He could have won over the fan base. He could have won over a lot of people in yesterday's post-game press conference. But he didn't, and let's dive into what he said. He started off the press conference red hot, not even acknowledging the wins. He just goes straight off. I'm going to start off by apologizing to Arthur Smith and the Falcons. That was not a play we intended to run down there to finish that game. That's not who we are. That's not how we operate. We should have taken a knee. We got a good rivalry, and it's a heated rivalry, but there's a way we go about doing our business, and I wasn't happy about that. All right, we got way more to talk about in terms of what Dennis Allen said, what the players responded. But first things first. Never, ever, 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 just to emphasize a little bit more, apologize to the Atlanta Falcons, or their fans for that matter. Dennis Allen, you're a coward for doing that. That is a cowardly move. You're tucking your tail between your legs, and you're running away from the problem. Man up and say, you know what? F them. I hate that rivalry. I hate that team. They're a bunch of scumbags, and they're our biggest rivals. We want to run up the score against them. It is so soft for him to throw players under the bus like that. It is so soft for him to just not take the blame. And I'm not saying you need to sit here and take the blame and be the bad guy, but here's the thing. The Saints fans loved it. They were all so excited about it. This was a positive thing for the fan base. Outside of the walls of the fan base, opinions are different. But who cares? Who cares what Eagles fans think? Who cares what Vikings fans think? Who cares what Jets fans think? Who gives a damn? What matters is what your fan base, the people who fill your stadium to watch your team and a product that you put out. That's what matters. The opinions of those people. So the fact that he was trying to take the high road and say, I'm so sorry. Man, shut up and get out of here with that. Coming up, we got a lot more to discuss, and if you couldn't tell, it might get heated. It might get a little upset. My face is already getting kind of red. We're going to get some player responses to the touchdown, dive into the quotes and the players who took to Twitter. But I just want to take a quick second to just appreciate greatness here. I mean, we had a hell of a season on the channel. The New Orleans Saints, unfortunately, can't say the same thing. Obviously, they are now watching football from the couch just like the rest of us. But the channel had a hell of a season. Almost 10,000 subs picked up this football season. That is incredible. From the day that we started our first preseason watch party against the Chiefs to today, we picked up 9,482 subs, and that is incredible. We are now currently at 25,415 subs, and you see it down below. The offseason goal. It's big, it's hefty, and it's large, just like Colin Saunders. But hey, I got big dreams and I got aspirations, and I'm a go-getter, so help me and go get that 30,000. And let's go be a family of over 30,000 people strong. Subscribe today, turn on your noties, and let's keep it moving. So Dennis Allen on the touchdown. Here's what he said to kind of follow up in that press conference. We put victory formation out there, and guys kind of wanted to get Williams a touchdown. They did that on their own, and that's unacceptable. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what was going on behind that other than they wanted him to score a touchdown. That's literally it. That's it. That's what it was. It wasn't a disrespecting. It wasn't a, oh, it's against it. It could have been against any team, and this would have happened. Jameis Winston would have tried to score a touchdown for Jamaal Williams against any of the other 30 teams, because you can't score a touchdown against yourself. But some players, some very notable players, took to Twitter and decided to voice their opinions from the video of the Jameis Winston quotes, and we're going to dive into his quotes here in a second, but I love what Alvin Kamara is saying, my naysayer. If you get it, you get it. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but if you know, you know. That's a really good one. Chris Olave, real one for show. Hey, obviously a fan of the channel, is a regular watcher because we do real one roll calls here all the time. Chris Olave liked what Jameis Winston had to say. Saints legend Cam Jordan also liked what he had to say. And he got my guy Jamaal Williams a touchdown. Uplifted teammate J-Bo, that's my teammate. You want more? Well, you got more. Juwan Johnson, one of the best teammates of all time. JW, and included this little emoji. And if you needed just one more guy, Jonathan Abram, he said, one of the most genuine human beings you will ever meet. Hands down, one of my favorite teammates of all time. So clearly the players, they liked this call. They were on board for getting Jamaal Williams' touchdown, whether it was offense or defense. Dennis Allen, maybe it's crazy to say he might have lost the locker room, but if you have players who ahead of time are going to go against what the play call is and just stick it to them, and then afterwards double down and say, yep, that's my teammate, what a king. I don't know. If I'm Mickey Loomis, I see that and I'm like, these guys don't respect my coach, so I need to make a change. But of course, not all of us are that lucky to be able to make simple calls like that because Mickey Loomis can't do it. Unfortunately, though, this is kind of how this is all panning out. Dennis Allen still looking to stick around, but here's Jamaal Williams on this. On the touchdown. I thought what he had to say is probably the most important because he's the one who scored it. I'm grateful for my teammates caring about me. That's all. He just wanted to get me a touchdown, and that's it. I appreciate my teammates for just having my back and wanting to get me a touchdown and for wanting to show the love to me. And then even more from Jamaal Williams, he said every last person was dead set on getting me a touchdown. Like, you see what I'm saying? Everyone was set on it. Everyone except for one person, and that one person was Dennis Allen. Maybe two people, including Pete Carmichael. But everyone else wanted to get Jamaal Williams' touchdown. Dennis Allen is the only one who had a problem with it. What does that say? To me, that says he has no control. Come on. Absolutely not. Like, Dennis Allen, nut up and start acting like a man for once and just take some accountability and say, you know what? I'm proud of the guys. We scored some points and we put up almost 50. And just leave it at that. Sean Payton had no problem doing that, for the record. I would just like to put that out there. For the record, Sean Payton loved running up the score against other teams. So be the head coach for me. Just a few more things to discuss in my final thoughts here. What would you have done versus the Falcons? Would you have tried to go and score, just type S? Or would you have taken a knee, just give me a simple T down below? Obviously, both sides of it, it makes some sense. Taking a knee, that's the right thing to do. It's an unwritten rule. It's the code of football. There's a little bit of a gentleman's code you have there. So I get taking a knee. Go get Jamaal his touchdown, man. It's the last game of the season. Who gives a damn? I'm typing my S, and I hope a lot of you are doing it as well. So to round things out, I just want to say long live J-Bo. As we all know, Jameis Winston is set to be a free agent coming this offseason. The Saints did switch up and readjust his contract in order to pay out more money over some time and kind of spread it out. Long story short, I talked to my guy, Ross Jackson. Basically, this makes it, or the new deal makes it to where they don't have to make a decision anytime soon on whether or not they move on or bring Jameis Winston back as a backup. So that's just to kind of emphasize that. But it really did feel like it was a middle finger on the way out. Just walking out saying, hey, you know, Dennis Allen, you benched me. You treated me like crap for a couple of years. I was ready to go. And you know what I did? I stayed and was an awesome teammate. So I'm going to do one more awesome teammate thing and hand the ball off and get my guy a touchdown. See ya, and walk off and flip him off. That's kind of what it felt like. Personally, if it's me, I'm giving Jameis Winston a lifetime contract. I'm making him the president of the team forever and ever and ever, the governor of Louisiana, and make him the GM, hang his jersey in the rafters. He's a Saints legend. Just purely from that. Purely from that, he's a Saints legend. And here's what Jameis Winston had to say. His quotes, man, were so funny. The interview was hilarious. Ed Daniels, you're a fraud. We got an interception to the 1-yard line. If we would have scored, would it still have been disrespectful? When you return the ball to the 1-yard line, you have the opportunity. We had the opportunity, and we just decided to go for the touchdown. Jamaal led the Lions in touchdowns last year. He led the league in touchdowns with 17 on the ground. And he didn't even have one this year. Just as players, you just love your buddies so much that sometimes in this league, ain't nothing a coach can do, no matter who it is. Players sometimes want to take care of their guys, and coaches end up having to deal with that wrath sometimes. My intention was to lead the team that I've been with the entire year. We made a collective decision that we wanted to give one of our guys, who they fought with blood, sweat, and tears in every single game, into the end zone. And I'm going to feel good about that. And I think that he should feel good about that, because at the end of the day, that was the right move in my personal opinion. Now, let's round it out with one more fire Dennis Allen graphic, because I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it this offseason unless there's actual, traction around it. I really do doubt that Dennis Allen gets fired after throwing his players under the bus. Again, for the record, this isn't the first time he's done it. He's done it multiple times this season. But is it the beginning of the end? Is this the ball that kind of gets Saints players over the offseason being like, man, we're over here just trying to have some fun, play some football, play the game we love, and this guy's trying to cramp our style, and he's trying to just rain on our parade and shit in our Wheaties. Like, that's not what we're doing here. So at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to get canned. He did throw the players under the bus. I think that a lot of players took note of that, and you could see that based on the Twitter interactions and the quotes that came out around all of this the past couple days. So if you made it to the end of the show, I want to reward you by giving you the opportunity to get a shout out on tomorrow's video. Just give me a real one down below. I'm going to give shout outs to at least 10 of y'all. At least 10 real ones. If you guys comment below, you have to be subscribed, and I can check, so make sure you do that. But as always, Saints fans, y'all stay golden. It's going to be a long off season. We're going to be here every step of the way. So I hope to see you guys around. Y'all stay golden. See you next time.